Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another game showcase. This time we're going to be showcasing a mod hack of Shining in the Darkness called Darkness Edition. This one was more recently made than the Battle Edition, which is a fair decent amount old. That one is well over, I want to say at least like 8-9 years old, maybe even longer. I don't remember off the top of my head, but this one came out this year. So I'll be upfront in this, I'll say this is my second time basically making this video because I found out that I had the wrong edition, the wrong version of this. So the one I did before was version 1.4, which had some bugs. But I didn't get super far into the playthrough, and I will upload those and add them at the end of my playthrough as blooper reels. So, yeah, you can look forward to that. But, yeah, we're gonna showcase the first hour of this. I do have some information written for my first playthrough that I'm gonna have to confirm on whether it is still accurate or not. I don't know what has and hasn't been changed, but the mod developer has released an item list at least, so I don't have to go and do the tedious work of trying to figure out what every enemy drops as an item. Although I will still continue to keep track of what they give me for EXP and gold and for like abilities, so I'll still be stopping to check on those and record those, so it might slow things down very slightly, but yeah, I'll try to rehash points I made on my first playthrough in a way that seems coherent. But I can't say that the first areas are freshly being seen, but to be fair, I've also played through the game an extreme number of times in general. I think I'd say it's an excess of 10, so one, I will not be lost at all, so this is not going to be like if someone had freshly got into, because getting lost is a major portion of the game's charm. So, yeah. I do kind of recommend going into it blind for the most part if you are severely interested in this type. But yes, enjoy this game showcase. We're going to be diving in, and we will see what is different from the base game. So what I can tell you is likely to not be different from the base game is the story. I've never seen a mod hack change the story and dialogue that characters give you. So if you've already seen or played the main story, don't expect that to change at all. And I'm not really going to comment on it, unless it fits in with my spirits at the time. But yeah, the main story is that our father is missing, the princess is missing. They're basically commanding us to go find the both of them, take some gold and get equipped, and head in. So something that I did do the first time that I'm going to have to do again is I'm going to have to basically confirm what equipment gives us me for values and who can wear it and whatnot, so you will have to bear with me a little bit on that front, because this is a mod hack. It can have different values for things. It can have different people being able to use different items. So, without further ado, the bronze knife adds 5 attack, and I am going to guess that everyone can wear it. Although I don't know that for sure, and I will confirm it when I get my party members. I know that at least the hero can wear it for now. And that was one of the main items that was bugged in the original one that I'd gotten, which was version 1.4, and this is version 1.5, so no one could use it in that version, and the value was 0. So, the first thing I'm going to do is pop into the weapon shop. I'm just going to confirm the prices of things, see if that is the same as I remember. Yep, everything seems to be the same as I remember. The bronze knife is the one thing that's different. It is 100 gold. Cool. So yeah, we are gonna go back. Let's see this one right here. So yeah, we're using the bronze knife right now. I'm gonna get the wooden club. Okay. I'm gonna put that on and see if it matches the value that I had for it, which was 9. Yep, 9 is what it's giving me. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So that still matches what I had recorded. So I'm going to sell the bronze knife. I think I might have enough to get this as well. So I'm also going to grab the gauntlet. So I'm going to get both things. So I am going to end up buying every item in the game. I'm going to pass it around to see who can wear it. That is going to happen, so if that frustrates you, don't follow that on my main playthrough. Because this is a mod hack, and I'm not going to assume that everything's the same. And so far, it actually hasn't been the same from my experiences, so yeah. But that shouldn't affect this showcase too much, because I'm going to do this until I beat the first boss. And then we will talk about it. So the beginning of the game is structurally pretty similar to the original. You basically, the first boss is the crab that you face deep in there that unlocks our party members and gives us an heirloom of the princess, her lost tiara. So that is actually a boss that is preset and can't really be changed from what I understand. The stats could be changed. I don't know the details of that, but it is a one-time encounter, and like all bosses, it's scripted, so it happens when you reach a certain point. So yeah. It makes a good demarcation point, though, for like the end of this game showcase, so I don't think it will take me over an hour to do. I think it'll take me close to an hour to do, perhaps. Last time I spent a lot of time documenting, and this time I'll spend a little bit of time documenting, but yeah, this is the first main change from the original, is just the sprite work on this. This is a recoloring of the crystal ooze that you encounter in the main game. I like the way it looks. I do think that the green is a little bright for me, but it's okay. From what I can tell, the stats aren't too different, but it looks like the values have been changed since the first mode, so I'm gonna start like re-looking at this. So from what I can tell, it looks like the values on EXP and gold are going to be different, so I am going to actually expunge my data on EXP and gold for creatures, because it looks like that's going to be different, and I don't want to get confused on what I have written from before and what I have written for now, so I'm just gonna get rid of it and record new data, because the first one is already different. So give me a minor second. So this is already 4 times what the base game is giving you per one, which I think is actually a good idea, because The early game is usually the slowest progression. It is the least interesting, in my opinion, so a increase in the speed of this part is probably for the best. However, I do think there's going to be some moderately limited utility for this for like hardcore gamers, which are likely to be the ones that are actually trying out these mod hacks, so they're probably already used to the normal progression, so accelerating it will probably have mixed results because while I appreciate it, I do think that it doesn't actually like significantly impact how I feel about it because I've already like experienced it and enjoyed the original. But that's just my stance on it. I'm gonna keep a track to see if they can do the same things that I remember. I think it's likely that they are. I think it may be just the experience and gold values that got changed, but maybe he changed it up a bit. So that was 8 and 9. 8 and 9 are the new values for this. Okay. So I'm not going to get rid of my original data, I'm going to put question marks next to it, just to show that I don't actually know if it still does that. So, just taking a second to do that. So I have an idea of what things might be doing, but I don't know for sure. So, but the beginning of the game isn't too dissimilar from the base game. You basically wander around and gain a few levels. It's just accelerated a bit, which is nice. I like it. But yeah, the one thing I can say that was different in the other version I played was that the starting weapon was bugged and no one could equip it, so the beginning of the game was considerably rougher because yeah, my damage was not enough to do more than kill like one of them after 3 or 4 hits, so yeah. But what was nice is that one battle was enough to level up, so I mean, it solved itself relatively quickly. But it wasn't the intended experience, so I don't want to showcase it as a proper showcase. So we got the item for this area, for that creature. So each creature in the game, each monster, can drop a single item as an option. They don't have like an extended item drop pool. They just have one thing that they carry. So if you see the item that they drop, you know what it is. But as I said, the mod creator did actually post the full drop list for enemies if people do want to get it. It's pretty much in the same place that you get this mod hack anyway, so it's in the Shining forum, by the way. Like, if you want this mod hack, the mod developer has uploaded it into the Shining forums, so it's free to get there for anyone that wants to check it out. I do believe you need to sign up for the forum in order to access it. So other than that, it should be easily acquirable by anyone that wishes to. I do appreciate that these guys are missing. Now, the main thing that they did that I knew about was that they could poison you, and poison is fairly unpleasant. It's not really a danger, it's more of an inconvenience most of the time, but in the very start of the game, you don't have a character that can easily get rid of it, so it can be a little bit more of a danger at the very, very beginning. But we are right next to town, so it's hard to call it a danger, you know? It's a minorly inconvenient trip to the priest until you get Milo, and then it is just a mana cost to fix. So it's usually never a threat. It does like 1 damage every 5 steps, does not hit you during battle at all, so it's largely just a nuisance. Unlike most games where poison is actually a major danger. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna heal, we're gonna look at what we can buy, and then we will head back in. If I do finish significantly quicker than the hour, I might show a little bit of the party member stuff. It shouldn't be too exciting though. So we got 141 gold. That's really not too much to work with. Yeah, I might not actually be buying anything right now. The next thing I would buy would be a hat. And I think the first one we can actually wear normally would be the leather helm, and that's 200, so I don't think that's an option quite yet, but we're getting there. Now the normal point when you can beat the first area with relative ease is about level 9, 10. So once you're level 9 or 10, you can usually beat the boss. So these cave slugs are wearing the scavenger's original coloration. They're a little darker green than they normally would be, so this is a recolor. Oh, yep, they can poison. That's a confirmation on that ability. I kind of suspected that that wouldn't have changed between the versions. So let's get that in the list again. Like I said, it's largely an inconvenience and not a problem, but I mean, it is gonna slow things down a little bit. So these are recolored pitworm. Normally they are like a fleshy, like worm color, like this one. This is actually the coloration of the Triclops normally in the first trial. The only thing I documented them being able to do before, that's probably the same, as they can also poison. But I'm gonna wait till they they actually show that they could do it. Yep, see, there's the confirmation. It tried to poison me, so there's the confirmation. So we're gonna try to see like how much gold and stuff they have. $24 and $24, so that is 8 and 8. Interesting. Was that 3 of them I fought? I'm actually second guessing myself on if I fought 3, but if I fought 3 of them, that would be 8 and 8. But yeah, we're gonna fight till I run a little low on health, and then we're gonna go back and do that. Because we got poisoned, I'm not gonna go too far into it. I also don't want to get too ahead of myself until I get some better equipment. Now, in retrospect, I might not actually buy a better the hat right away. Like, even though it would be a market increase in our defense, from my first experience in, I don't think taking like damages from melee attacks is a big threat. the actual threat is probably going to be from spellcasters, believe it or not. So that is a thing that changed. Unless it's been, like I said, I've got like mixed information that I'm not going to assume is the same, but it seems likely that not too much changed, other than maybe the EXP values got tweaked. So probably my information on abilities is not too wrong. But the next thing I'll buy is probably just a stronger weapon. And as a note, I'm going to be wasting a little bit of my gold on just checking each weapon to make sure that it does what I remember it doing. Look at you just stacking me up with herbs. Alright. Yep, they're starting to run. That's at the kind of the turning point. It's like anything that runs we don't have to deal with. So I'm gonna keep one herb on hand for our final run where we have a top off point, but... Oh, did poison wear off? I didn't realize poison could wear off. Am I crazy? Oh no, it didn't wear off. Okay, I am crazy. Never mind. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I thought I didn't see it tick in a while. I never remembered it doing that, and it didn't. It didn't do that. Yeah, I'm just using the herbs so they don't clutter my inventory at this point. How's our situation going on? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably try to get up to probably up to sword before I move on to fight the boss. That's usually a good goal. But honestly, saber is a better value, so I might push all the way to saber. Because Bronze Saber is actually usable by Pyra. It's actually one of the better weapons that she can use, so it's usually worth getting for her if for nothing else. What are we up to on this? Cool. So yeah, we're gonna go in and we are going to, we're gonna heal up. Get some better items. I know it's slightly inefficient, but I mean, we got enough gold to at least check a few things out. So first thing we're gonna check out is the short sword. Actually, I'm gonna do that. We're gonna put that in there. So what I remember is that this had one more attack than the club. Yeah, that's the same. Which is funny. So for now, I'm gonna sell the club. I am gonna go get that that helmet after all. It'll help us with the crab if nothing else. How we looking? 200. Yep. We can barely afford to get the helmet. That's fine. So yeah, we can't wear this, but I'm gonna make sure. Yep, we can't use it. I'm just confirming what I already knew, but we also probably can't wear the woven helmet hood. Let's confirm. Yep, still can't wear it. Don't mind me. If I check it now, I don't have to check it later. That's the way my brain's doing it. So this is our actual upgrade. We're gonna put on this so that we have a hat on. 10. Let us see. Yep, that's what I have as the value for our armor. Cool. Let's go get the poison taken off of us. Yep, we're gonna give it a save. We're gonna head deeper in and start clearing out the place and start recording more detailed information. So I don't think I got accurate information on the pitworm. I think it was 8-8, but I also think I might have mixed it up with something. So I'll just wait till I fight him again. Like, they are just a normal enemy. They'll pop out again. They always do. I will say I do think that the drop rate has been increased from the version I was playing, because I did notice I was getting more herbs. So this is probably something that the mod developer actually noted, that maybe it needed tweaked up a little bit. Like, case in point, herb right there. I kind of wish you did not surprise me. I am glad they didn't poison me though, so I'm happy about that. So I'm gonna try to extrapolate and see the XP. This might take a short second. 26, 28. Buffering. 16. So they are 10 EXP and 10 gold. Alright. It's a nice moderate progression. That was the one thing I noted before, is that the mod seems pretty well balanced in the progression of EXP, and it did in that version too. So that is something that the mod developers done a pretty good job at doing, is making it be a pretty decent progression. The Battle Edition ramped up really, really fast. You were, on average, about 10 levels or 20 levels even after a while higher than you normally would be at that point, and it made it super easy to run away from any battles that you wanted to. But the enemies were really, really dangerous, so I mean, being higher level was a boon for that, but the runaway mechanic was actually a bit of a cheat, in the sense that you could literally just ignore any enemies you wanted to and they could never catch you. You could just run forever. It also meant that status ailments had almost no chance of working on you, because it like has to do like with your level to the monster's level, kind of, if that makes sense. Or maybe it's your stats to their stats, but either way, your stats were higher for the stats that affected status ailments. So it kind of made a bit of a problem with the progression. Did I miss a turn? Okay. Yeah, we'll go this way first. I think there was treasure chest I skipped on, so this will be another chance to confirm the EXP values. 10 and 10. Yeah, looks like I was correct. The dark jellies are where things start to be dicey, because these things, I remember, casted yep, freeze level 1. That's confirmation on that. I never got a ability notice on those man apes, though. I never noticed them actually doing any skills. So. And the problem with having two enemies that we don't know the values for, it makes it very difficult to determine what the values are supposed to be. So I'm not going to get a reading off these guys, because they're a mixed group. It is worth noting that the dark jellies are more dangerous than most of the enemies, because spell casting pierces defenses. So they are going to be a priority kill. This is actually getting pretty dangerous. And part of this is because I can't kill them super fast. But yeah, there was no other weapon I could have bought with the gold I had, so this is not really outside of the situation. So 40 and 40. Does that mean 15 and 15 for them? I wasn't actually counting how many I was fighting, but I think that makes them 15 and 15. I'm gonna put that for now and re-record that in a second. I'm gonna try to run from this. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah. Okay, we'll take this. It's not that I don't want to fight them, it's just not worth the cost right now. And I guess, yeah. A few levels, then we'll actually probably be able to hurt them enough to kill them. Once we can kill them in one hit, they'll be a lot safer to fight. But that's probably I didn't want to go overly into armor, is because armor is not going to protect us against that kind of thing. So basically we need to get up to like 750 gold for the next upgrade. But if I sell my weapon, I'll get 150 of it, so I need to get to 600 gold. Of which we're not anywhere close, so like we're gonna have to grind a little bit. But I do think we're going to need at least the sword in order to win. I moved back a little bit so that we'd maybe get cast on a little less. Maybe get a couple of herbs again. I mean, I guess having something that you need to actually back away from is a good thing, just because like it gives you a danger. So, I guess that's not bad. This time we're gonna be able to figure out if it was 15. Yep, it was 15. I was right. I wasn't 100% sure the first time, but yeah. We don't know what man apes drop. I didn't record that. I guess I could have recorded it and kept it for that information, but the gold's gonna be useful. Yeah. So my initial estimate on how long this will take was kind of tempered by the fact that enemies were dropping more gold, because one of the tweaks that was made between the two versions is things are giving a little less EXP and gold than they did, but I will say I do think they were a little overtuned, so I think it's a good balance choice. As I was considerably stronger than I needed to be by the time I reached it by just fighting the normal enemies. So this will be a chance to find out what these guys have for values. I don't know if they have an ability, like I didn't notice anything. So yeah, they drop 12 and 12. Cool. Alright, that still puts them in the lineup for where they should be from my previous list. So the way I usually organize my list for like how strong an enemy is based on their EXP and gold values to the enemies around them. That's how I organize it. So that bronze knife will be 75 more gold, so 225. 625. So we need another 125. So once we're at 525, we can afford it. It would be cool if I could get it before I had to get forced out, but I mean that's kind of random. It depends a lot on how many enemies cast spells on us, to be honest. That's the main determination on how dangerous it gets. I don't want to get too far away, because then that takes away that option to walk out easily. So, we're not going to go too much deeper. If these guys don't have an ability and you make a higher version, I do recommend that you give them a little something. If you don't want to give them critical hits, I recommend just raise their attack value to the point where they can do damage. Because the monkeys don't really have anything going for them currently. I'm going to try to run from this just so I don't take the damage. I just don't want to leave before I have the amount of gold I want. I'm a little less worried about damage once I get my party members, because I can, one, you can heal it, and two, leaving is a lot easier with party members. Because you get spells from them to make it simpler. I can probably take one. Oh, you ran. Okay. I guess that means I don't have to worry about you then. Well, that's one way to reduce the damage we take, is if everything just runs instead of fighting us, and we didn't take any damage. What's that? Yeah, so like another 60 and I can go back to town. As I also have to heal up. Well, have to is relative. That's just something you should factor in. If I want to get an angel feather, I need another 25 as well. Well, these should give some good rewards, and they're not significantly more dangerous. And they might actually stay to fight me at least, rather than all running away. Okay, yeah, we have enough to make it worth going back. Well, at least it chose to attack rather than cast, so... It's good for us. Also nice that we haven't been poisoned in a hot minute, so... I'll accept that as well. Well, with the case being the way it is, it might be worth skipping all the way to the saber, though. 225, 250. So if I get another 130, I can skip all the way to saber, and it's probably better. Because if I remember correctly, the sword was 25 attack, but the saber is 40, so that would be a difference of 15 attack that will probably make a good difference. So on that note, one of the main things that I would say that I noticed was that this, so far the items that I've seen for like equipment doesn't have like extra values attached to it like the other modhack battle edition had. So like the bronze saber, for instance, had a modifier to speed of 2 times, so it just multiplied that character's speed by 2 times whenever you had it on, so it gave it a major bonus to that. Now the Morning Star acted like a flail, and unless it's been changed, so does this one and this. Not a flail, a whip. It acted like a whip, but it also actually reduced your attack, so it wasn't super overpowered. It's probably going to be overpowered in this. So like the Morning Star is definitely going to be overpowered if it has an actual increase in damage. So I don't know if that was intended, but we'll see it when I get there. Maybe it was overtuned and I got tuned down a bit. I'm gonna try to run from this one. But yeah, basically if I get to about 800 gold, I can buy everything I want to. And then go fight our lovely friend deep in this place. That should put us on pace for an hour time if I was to guess. Well, unless everything I fight runs away before I can kill it. That'll slow things down a little bit. Hey, you finally poisoned me. That's a little unfortunate. Well, with poison in the mix, it becomes a little bit less likely we can stay super long, so let's start moseying out. I'm still gonna wait till I get to the value to buy that, but we're gonna have to reconvene and come back in without the poison. It is interesting to note we only need 40 more to do this, so I guess we could sit near the entrance until we run low and just fight these guys, because they won't hurt us significantly. So we need to kill about like 4 more, maybe 5. Well, there's an herb. Herbs will help us too. Making sure our HP isn't running too low. So, yeah, 815 is what we need. We need to heal. We also need to depoison. So 14. Come on. I'll use an herb if I need to. I was kind of hoping to save it. Come on, game. Need to fight 2 more. Oh, another herb. Alright. Understood. Yeah, this'll do it. We got what I wanted. We'll get equipped and wander in. I'll fight anything but the jellies. Hey! I guess so. Well, we did fill up on herbs. That is true. Let's do the most important things first. Let's heal up. Let's get rid of the poison. Sure, we'll give it a nice save. So we'll sell the sword shard. We will sell the bronze knife. We're gonna buy the saber. So that'll put us at 93, so we are definitely going to be killing enemies in 1 hit for a while. So what we're going to buy is an angel feather and just hold on to this. So it looks like healer seeds, healer fruits got reduced in price, so that's a thing. That's the only thing that got reduced from the version I played. we should have what we need to fight it. We've got enough healing herbs for sure. So what I will do is I'm actually going to push through it. I'm gonna largely ignore the treasure chests that I know where they are, and I'm just gonna beeline for the crab and get our party members. Because I'll just go and actually collect those treasure chests with my party members. I'll get them some EXP, you know? They have to level up before they do fair in the next area anyway. The only thing I'll pause for is trying to get EXP values on the few enemies we didn't see yet. Of which there's not too many. There's basically just 3 of them, and one of them is the boss, so just 2 of them that you'd normally encounter, so don't worry about it. They're giving us quite a few herbs, which I guess is nice. I suppose it's a quality problem. We'll fight our way there. We got enough herbs that doesn't matter if we take a little bit of damage. As honestly, we're kind of wasting the herbs we keep finding. Fortunately, actually getting to where the boss is a pretty straightforward affair. So this is a reskinned version of the killer bees. The only thing I have written down for them is that they can poison on attack. So if they do something else, it'll be interesting. I don't have their EXP and gold yet though, so I will write that down. But because it's just them, it'll be easy to figure out. 54 and 54, that's 18 and 18. Cool, cool. Looks like they actually managed to do a little bit of damage to us as well, so they at least have some strength behind them. Which is not bad for them. Making sure that using an herb isn't worth it yet. I'm probably not going to fight 3, that would probably just result in using an herb or 2, and I don't really want to use multiple herbs. It does definitely seem like the drop rate has been increased a decent amount, which is good. I did think that the drop rate was kind of low for at least usable items. I don't know if the drop rate for equipment has been increased. But I have noticed that the drop rate for the herbs and probably the poison as well has been increased. I'll get a better handle on whether I think it's increased as time goes on. I'll just see whether they drop more often. Bonk, that's an herb. I don't need that right now. So this is the one enemy I don't have listed. So... the dark jelly was just 15 and 15, so I can just take that away and figure out what it is pretty easily. 47, 47, so 32 and 32, so 16 and 16. Alright, so yeah, it's a nice little progression. It's not too shabby. The order stayed the same as well, so I do think that the order will remain the same for the other ones I've written down too, even if the values have changed. Well, you didn't cast on me, which is a thing. So the main claim of fame of these reskinned dark bats is they can cast. They were able to cast slow and they could poison on hit. So, but hey, they had another spell at least. Slow is not really dangerous though, so that's something to keep in mind. Is that as far as threats go, it's not really much. But this is the moment of truth. Our friend, the crab. Are you going to be different or are you going to be the same? You do a decent amount of damage, but nothing too special. We're hurting you enough so that it's not going to be a problem either way. 40 and 80. That seems to be what I remember it doing as well. So the one thing I will check is if we can put it on. Like that was not the case before, but it is the case in the main game, so we cannot wear it. Very, very sad. It's okay. I will forgive. And yeah, we're gonna have a nice little relaxing walk out. We're not very hurt, we got multiple herbs, so we don't need to worry about using up our angel feather on this. I'm just mapping it out. Yeah, I'll take a run through with my party members after this when I actually play it next. And I'll properly map out these areas. I mean, part of it I can do right now, like this, I walked around the quick way around this. I'll just take a little jog around this section and they'll be mapped. But I didn't do most of the side paths on like the route here, so this big room I'll at least map. Well, they poisoned us. So that's unfortunate. We should still be able to walk out as long as we don't get attacked by multiple dark jelly casting spells on us. Well, I mean, I guess we have like 3 herbs. We can walk out even if that did happen. But we can walk out without even using an herb at our current pace. And don't worry, I'm not going to end up hoarding those herbs. Once I get party members, their heals are more than what you need, so. Well, I guess I'll accept it running over casting on me. The reason why I've been looking around so much is because I'm not used to actually walking through this place backwards, so I do have to get my bearings a little bit sometimes. Because the only time I'd ever walk through this place backwards is at the very beginning of the game. And yeah, see, we still had like 50 hit points to spare, so poison isn't even a threat, it is an inconvenience. But yeah, let's go talk to the king. They'll be so impressed with us. We've got the crown. Yeah, so the minister will tell us that we should go put together a party. And they will give us what we need when we get back. Now, the one thing it doesn't tell you is you have to talk to Melville to actually have that stick. Here's our friend Gilla. He doesn't know it now, but he's gonna be with us for the final boss. He's gonna be one of the 6 legendary heroes who took down Dark Soul. He can't run from his fate, and I blame Pyra for that. So yeah, let's go have a nice private room with the 2 of us. I know you want to tell us about Milo, but I mean, he doesn't need to join us for this particular sleep. How refreshing. So yeah, we will go and get the poison taken off of us. We will save the game, and we will get our friend Milo. And there we go, our friend has joined us. Yeah, so now I'm going to rearrange things very slightly. I'm gonna give this to Pyra, see if she can wear it. Actually, you know what? First I'm gonna give it to Milo, see if Milo gets to be a princess again. I doubt it, but it would be funny. Nope, no Princess Milo. Very sad. Next best is Pyra can potentially wear it, and it does give 30 defense, so it is a easy free benefit. You can turn it in for gold, you can also sell it for gold. It's a decent amount of gold too. I recommend wearing it. It's more dignified. So you have to talk to Melville, otherwise the minister won't actually acknowledge that you've done enough to get started. Oh, do you also have to talk to Theo? Maybe you also have to talk to Theos. So you have to talk to these two, and then the minister will give it to you. There you go. So there is what we needed. Fantastic. Well, yeah, so this has been the beginning of this mod hack. And I'm gonna explain how I feel about it. So I do like the progression of this. I do like how it kind of fits in the middle between the first mod hack that I've seen out there, Battle Edition, which is a difficulty hack, and the main game. I think that the progression is nice and even so far. I do like that it's been toned down a little from the version I played. That was a little overtuned as well. I do think there's a little bit of an over-reliance on poison being a danger. It's still largely an inconvenience, especially in the early game. I know you probably didn't actually intend it to be a major threat, but I'd actually have recommended like mixing it up a little, like maybe let them have some like critical hits, maybe have like a double attack, like something that's a little bit of a danger without being like too much of an annoyance. But I mean, I'm just nitpicking there. Maybe the man ape could use having some more damage. He doesn't really do enough to break through the basic armor. And yeah, that's been my experience for the first hour. I do find it to be an enjoyable experience, and I will continue this in a main playthrough. And yeah, I hope you all take care and you enjoy this as you wish. Take care. Bye bye now.